You know the sound. You've heard it at a beach, a park, pretty much any party you've been to in the last, 10 years? That little orange logo, JBL. It's just everywhere. But the story behind that logo? Oh, it is a wild ride. We're talking genius, tragedy, and a complete reinvention. So let's dive into the untold story of sound.
Okay, let's kick this off with a number. And honestly, it's a number that's kind of hard to even wrap your head around. 100 million.
Yep, that's how many portable speakers JBL has sold. And that's not just successful, that is complete and total domination. They are the undisputed kings of the portable sound game, period.
So, here's the thing that gets me, the real question at the heart of it all. How did this company, a company that literally powered Woodstock, that won an Oscar for its work in cinema sound, how did that company become the go-to speaker for your pool party? It's a crazy jump, right? From pro audio royalty to the speaker you just throw in your beach bag.
To really get it, we've got to go way back, all the way back to the guy whose initials are on every single one of those speakers. And just a heads up, this part of the story gets pretty dark.
So this is James B. Lansing. He was actually born James Martini. Now, this guy was a genius, a total pioneer in audio engineering, pretty much self-taught. But, and this is a big but, he was also a deeply troubled person. An incredible engineer, but maybe not the best businessman. He really struggled with the pressure of it all.
His whole career was this roller coaster of incredible highs and devastating lows. Okay, so in 1927, he starts a company making speakers for movie theaters, right when talkies were the new big thing. But then, tragedy strikes. In 1939, his business partner, the guy who handled all the money, dies in a plane crash. Lansing, the brilliant engineer, just couldn't keep the business afloat on his own. By 1941, they're on the brink of bankruptcy, and the company gets bought out, becoming Altec Lansing. He sticks around for a bit, but in '46 he leaves to start all over again. He founds James B. Lansing Sound. But history kind of repeated itself. The business struggled, he fell deep into debt, and, while battling severe depression, James B. Lansing tragically took his own life in 1949.
And here is the most tragic, ironic twist in this whole story. The company was about to go under, but it was saved. How? By a $10,000 life insurance policy that Lansing had. And get this, the beneficiary wasn't his family, it was the company. That payout was just enough to keep the doors open after he was gone. The company he built survived because he died.
So, after all that tragedy, the company, under new leadership, didn't just survive, it thrived. It became an absolute legend in the world of professional audio. I mean, this quote just nails it. For more than 60 years, from the Royal Albert Hall to the Grand Ole Opry, if you were at a big show, you were hearing it through JBLs.
And we're talking about the biggest moments in music history. They were the sound system for Woodstock in 1969. Think about that. And in the 70s, they helped build the Grateful Dead's legendary Wall of Sound, this absolutely massive, insane PA system that nobody had ever seen before. For decades, JBL literally was the sound of rock and roll.
Okay, so let's fast forward to the modern era, because another huge change was coming. A massive corporate buyout that would totally shift the company's direction and start a huge fight among its biggest fans. So in March 2017, boom. Samsung, yeah, that Samsung, buys Harman, JBL's parent company. Just like that, this iconic American audio brand becomes a small part of this gigantic global electronics empire. And the reaction from the hardcore audio fans? Well, it was split. You've got people on one side, like this Reddit user, saying Samsung put the nail in the coffin, turning JBL into a cheap, low-end brand. But then you've got the other side, people saying, no, wait, Samsung's manufacturing power actually made them better, that their sound is now nearly perfect. So who's right? The debate is still raging.
Look, the audiophiles can argue all day, but you just can't argue with 100 million speakers sold. That's a fact. So how did they pull it off? How did they stay on top, especially with Gen Z? Well, it all comes down to their marketing playbook, and frankly, it's brilliant.
Take their JBL Campus program. It is a masterclass in modern marketing. They're not just throwing money at the star quarterback. No, they're partnering with all kinds of different student athletes and influencers, focusing on real, authentic stories. They do these cool in-person events, then blow them up on TikTok and Instagram. And the key is, they let their ambassadors tell the story their own way. It's super smart. It's not about making a quick sale. It's about building loyalty for life.
But, okay, it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
even with that insane market share, the company is hitting some rough patches, especially when it comes to selling directly from their own website.
Check this out. In early 2025, the money they made from JBL.com dropped by 50%. 50! In just 3 months. I mean, that's not just a dip, that's a free fall. For any company, that's a huge red flag.
And when you put their numbers side by side with a competitor, and in a funny twist, we're using their own parent company, Samsung, you start to see why. Their conversion rate, that's just the number of people who visit the site and actually buy something, is way low, less than half of Samsung's. And the average order value, also much lower. So what does that mean in plain English? Fewer people are buying, and the ones who do buy are spending less money. That's a double whammy. So, okay, what do you do? What's the comeback plan for a giant like JBL?
Well, it looks like they're tackling this on 4 fronts. First, they've got to fix their website experience to make it easier for people to buy. That's priority 1. Second, they need to expand their game beyond just portable speakers, get into more high-end, premium stuff. Third, they're leaning into new tech, like AI that tunes the sound on the fly. And finally, sustainability. They're pushing more eco-friendly models, which, is a huge deal for younger buyers.
Which brings us to the final big question. What is JBL now? Are they their legacy, the sound of Woodstock and legendary concert halls? Are they their present, the speaker you see everywhere at every single party? Or is their future all about innovation and what comes next? It's like a battle for the very soul of the brand, a tug of war between its past, its present, and whatever it's going to become.